again, whiskey tippers and spirit sippers. One here again, and today we got another one. Today we're going to be talking about Glenmorangie, the Lasanta 15.
Why didn't I think of that? Can I try some?
Oh, you already know we did the Lasanta 12, and I was a huge fan of it. I probably blew through that bottle faster than... That was one of the fastest bottles I ever went through as far as drinking. It was like drinking cherry Kool-Aid. I'm hoping this one lives up to it. Maybe even better. Could it be worse? We're about to find out. Let's talk about it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Is it going to be just another cherry bomb? Oh, the sherry. Of course, this one's finished in sherry and ex-bourbon barrels. I'm excited to talk about the Lasanta 15-year-old.
Nice!
Last one was 12. This one's 15. How is it going to be different? Will it be different? Let's get it. I can smell it from here. That smells amazing. This is going to be cherry deliciousness, I have a feeling. Cherry, sherry, berry. Smells delicious. Smells like a sherry cask. Just a tiny little sip before we let it sit for 15 minutes right out of the bottle. Like cooking spices and sherry and a little bit of wine influence. Absolutely nothing when it first hits the tongue. But then it kind of rolls over and then has a long finish. Now I'm starting to feel it. Got the mouth watering. Oh, I'm excited. We're going to let this sit in the glass and air out for about 15 minutes. We'll get right back at it. Don't go anywhere. All right, 15 minutes is up and I'm ready to get back into it. Sweet cherries, but there is a tiny little bit of funk on here. There's the tiniest little bit of that sherry funk. Not nearly like the Macallan 12 or anything like that, but there is a tiniest little bit of that sherry funk. Sherries and berries and cherries. Oh my, it is just a sweet, funky little juice. There are some spices in there. It's like some baking spices, some cardamom and ginger. But yeah, as it's opening up, a little bit more of that sherry funk is kind of taking over more of the berry sweetness that it was kind of right out of the bottle. But the cherry sweetness is there. It is very sweet smelling. Not quite the cherry Kool-Aid the 12 is, but it's not far off. Let's see how it is on the taste. Cheers. I mean, there's not a ton going on. It almost feels like the 12 might have had a little more fruit sensation, a little brighter, a little more to it. This one, with those extra couple of years in the barrel, feels like it might have just smoothed it out a little. Not necessarily in the best of ways. I don't know. I'm going to have to retry the 12. Not saying that this is bad at all. I'm just saying the 12 kind of felt, it was a little more youthful, so it was a little brighter. Whereas this one's a little more smoothed out. It's got that age to it, and you can tell right over the lips. There's just nothing right over the lips in the first part. And then it kind of, you start getting that sherry influence, that oak influence, and it rolls on back. Definitely a 43. It's 86%. You can tell. It's not a lot of kick there. Just super smooth, light, easy. Not a lot to think about, but there's nothing unpleasant about it. Red apples, cherry, a little bit of baking spice, and that sherry. Not too shabby. Let's see if anything opens up with some water in it. Now that little four pack sample pack was one of the first whiskey things I got, other than the Game of Thrones collection, and then the Lasanta was one of the first big bottles of scotch I actually went out and got. So I've had quite a few bottles since then, so it's a little, probably getting judged a little harsher than the 12-year-old did back when I first had it, but it's still holding its own. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of there. It's not like sticking out like this is the most amazing thing ever, but light, sweet, easy. Great thing to start a night with, finish a night with, midway through the night with. Just nothing wrong with it. The water might have brought out a little bit more of that sherry influence, a little more oak notes, a few more oak notes. Yeah, it's kind of maybe nipped the sweetness and brought out a little more oak and sherry, a little more of that funk. But it's a sweet funk. Let's see how the taste is. Prost. Yeah, the water just brought out a lot more of the sherry influence and the oak notes. Not quite as sweet. The sweetness is there, but not quite as sweet as it was without the water. But yeah, nothing wrong with that. Let's see how it does over a cube of ice. Pop that time. I just don't want to put too much in there. I know I'm never drinking this over ice. It's nice, smooth, easy. Most things I don't like. There are a few that I do like better with ice, but most I don't. So we'll just get a little taste in here, see what happens. Nose got a little funky. Still that cherry on there, but kind of a funky cherry. A little bit of oak and cherry. Oak, cherry, and cherry. A little bit of vanilla. Let's see how it is before too much of this ice melts. Kompai. It's not too bad. I mean, I keep going back to like the cherry Kool-Aid thing, but there really was just this cherry, sherry, oaky, delicious like Kool-Aid flavor that was amazing. That's not too shabby at all over ice. I like all three ways. Probably neat the best. Ice probably a little better than just the plain water. Just kind of, it was just interesting. So I was saying never drink it over ice. And again, honestly, I probably never will after this review. But hey, let's have a little more right now. How much? So it looks like this one's going for $73.99 up here, so just under $75, probably just under $100 with the tax and everything. So probably looking right around $90 for this thing. You know, for a 15-year-old, right there, it's got, like I said, if you're into sherry flavors, you're gonna like this one. Like, it's not jumping out of the glass, it's not amazing, it's not bursting with flavors, but the flavor that's there is good, solid, and it's not gonna offend anybody, and you might even impress a few people. Scale out of 1 to 10 on this one, I'd give it probably a good solid 8.4, probably right there. Just smooth, easy, nice, nothing wrong with it. Maybe an 8.5. I mean, just a nice solid scotch. If you're into sherry scotches or you're just kind of getting started, it's not hundreds of dollars, it's not some crazy expensive Macallan, so maybe a decent place to start. I recommend it, and absolutely, you see one, worth a purchase all day long. Hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Till we see you on the next one. Slanja.